Hey everybody, yes, it's Taran Atkins here for DraftKings, and joining me as ever is Andy Davis, Edo Del Monte, and Jamie Hinks. We're asking some big questions in this international break just after week 3 of the English Premier League. Next question I've got for you guys is, give the team you support a grade for their transfer business. And this could be over the whole window, actually. Let's not just make it last minute. So I'm going to start with Edo. You're a Chelsea fan. I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm interested in what your grade will be. We can compare.
I can't give it more than a B minus, just because I think Chelsea had questions to ask and they didn't necessarily answer them.
Would you sorry to cut in there, Edo, but would you say that's the case if we look at the whole window rather than just...
Yeah, because I would have liked someone in centre mid defence who wasn't David Luiz, essentially. I would have maybe liked another faster striker. And generally speaking, the thing I give it B minus, because Chelsea still had, like, generally speaking, it was still a great squad, but demotivation. Not a lot of players did well last season. But so you'd have thought, well, in a way, Chelsea have bought Diego Costa back because all of a sudden he's a completely different player. Hazard is the same. So I can't criticise it too much, but at the same time, I'd have liked a central defender who wasn't Sideshow Bob. And I think that's a real problem because even if Conte is going to play more defensively, you know, two sort of holding midfielders. N'Golo Kante, I think, is a really good signing, by the way. That's why, you know, him and Alonso are really good. But that problem there, that just doesn't convince me.
I am going to argue with you on this. I'm going to give Chelsea a solid A just for one man, Kante. I think he's absolutely essential. I think he's the buy of the summer, and no, I do. You can chuck all you like, gentlemen. This is my belief. I think.
Does that leave United and City then?
I don't care about them. I'm talking about my team. No, Kante's come in. That's basically freed up Hazard from any kind of defensive responsibility, and now he is tearing the league up, and I believe he will continue to do so for the rest of the season. Costa's like a new man. See, a little addition like that has a massive impact on the rest of the team, and that's good transfer business because you're looking at a squad. Sideshow Bob, David Luiz, I'm terrified by this. He is reckless.
He's 29 as well. So
He's 29, but
anymore,
he is an athlete. I'll give him that. But Gary Neville once famously said he plays like he's being controlled by a 10-year-old at FIFA, which is brilliant and at times apt. But then we did win the Champions League, and he played like an absolute warrior that night. So there is affection. Hopefully, it'll come true. It'll come through for us. But Conte, our manager, got to have faith in him.
Who have you got in the group stage?
You talk about Champions League. We're having a year off from that, so let's not worry.
It's what saving for next year.
Exactly. It'll be all right. We've just got solid Premier League to focus on. But anyway, enough about Chelsea. I'm going to give us an A. Jamie, you're a Crystal Palace man.
Yes.
What have you got to say? What's the grade? How have you done?
I'm very happy. I've gone A- because I think we needed to add another a central midfielder in there. Because if Cabaye and McArthur get injured, Cabaye's injured at the moment, we are, for want of a better word, fucked because we don't have anyone.
Strong word.
We've got. I said earlier, a couple of weeks ago, I think losing Jedinak and people like that, it's a big loss, just in the dressing room and on the pitch because we get the injuries. And like Ledley's very injury prone. Jordan March, I don't trust in that position. And then what are you down to? You're down to nothing.
Kind of Wickham as well.
You're down to playing James Tompkins in central midfield probably, which I don't like the sound of at all. But you know what? I'm going to get the negativity out of the way first. We've just bought two centre forwards that I think most teams in the league would also want. I think Christian Benteke, like Remy, I think we're the envy of most of the teams below the top 6 at the moment with that front two, and we'll score goals, which we've struggled to do. I think we've upgraded everywhere else. Townsend, for me, is an upgrade on Balassi just because he'll get more assists, he'll get more goals. Wickham has been replaced by Benteke, Gay has been replaced by Remy. They're all upgrades. It's a good window for Palace. I just worry about that central midfield spot.
Okay, right. Okay, very candid, very candid. And you managed to keep Zaha as well?
Yeah, I wasn't worried that he'd leave. Spurs aren't going to pay any more than about 12 million for him, so we're not going to sell.
Well, talking of Spurs, let's move over to our final pundit. It's Andy Davis, Mr. Spurs himself. What's the grade for your team this transfer window?
It's a B minus to a C, slightly. It's a funny one because you can't quite argue with what they've done. The problem positions were established and they were all dealt with. We needed a centre forward. We got Janssen. We needed a defensive midfielder. We got Wanyama. We needed some more pace in attack, and we've got Nakudu and Sissoko. But apart from Wanyama, none of them are proven in the Premier League. Well, one of them has played in the Premier League, but certainly didn't prove himself there. So I'm not quite sure. I feel that Spurs perhaps could have taken advantage of the fact that they're in the Champions League. They did this last time they got in the Champions League. We got into the Champions League and then Levy sort of didn't really go balls out and get a big star in him. He got Van der Vaart on the last day of the window, but that kind of Redknapp didn't want him. He wanted about 1 million other players and was just presented with, oh, got you Rafael Van der Vaart. Right, great, okay, that centre-half went well then, didn't it? You know, and you ended up with Ryan Nelson at centre-half. So Levy's kind of done it again. He's not really... He's played his brinkmanship. He's put his Stetson on. He's tried to sort of lowball everybody, and it's a bit. I read a quote yesterday saying that Levy treats the transfer window like it's still 2010, and you can get away with that, and you can't get away with that anymore. You've just got to pay the money that's being asked. The money's there. I know you've got a stadium to pay for, but you've really. I think Spurs are going to be left short this season because Levy just didn't quite take advantage of it.
Not super excited about Sissoko then, because I mean, he's
If we get the Sissoko that played in the World Cup, absolutely. But if we get the Sissoko that my concern is he's going to be brilliant until Christmas and then relax off a bit. But he does inject pace. Nakudu, I'm excited about Nakudu. He's quick and direct, which is what we've needed up front for a while. Our attack lacks any pace. Apart from Dele Alli, no one can run quicker than me. And I'm a 44-year-old asthmatic. So, you know, watching Eric Lamela try to accelerate is like watching a man in reverse. It's bizarre. He gets overtaken by the referee. So he has addressed some issues, but I just don't think well
not
enough.
convinced. B- to a C.
B- to a C.
You're in the Champions League this year.
Yeah.
Not good enough for Andy.
No.
Not good enough for Andy. You're saying Chelsea's operating at B, so
B minus.
B minus.
Yeah.
So
Compromise between us two, B plus, I guess.
let's make it a B plus to an A minus and an A minus. Look, very happy, relegation threatened Palace fan.
I know, compared
It's
to
awesome.
a week ago, I'm ecstatic.
Look at his face. Excellent.
beautiful.
Well, how did your
Medicated.
everybody? How did your team do? Hopefully, you're all happy with your purchases and your sales. This is DraftKings.